So, Stephanie, how you doing?
Hi Joe, I am very well, thank you. How are you on this fine morning?
Yep, I'm doing very well. I'm a little bit hungry.
Yes, I know what you mean. I'm a bit peckish myself.
Yeah, to be honest, I've got family I'm living with, and they are next door making a full English, and yeah, I am so ready for it. To be honest, I want to eat that.
I love a full English. Oh my goodness. Beans, what else? Hash browns.
Yeah. I mean, the art to the full English is the timing, right? Everything's got to be ready and hot at the same time.
You're right. Are you someone who eats black pudding? Are you a black pudding fan?
I'll go there. I won't buy it. But yeah, if it's like an option, I'm not going to say no, definitely.
Okay.
Give me everything. Like I won't put a grilled tomato on my plate, but if it comes in with the menu, I'm eating that as well.
You know, talking of British food, I actually made a cottage pie the other day. Are you a fan of cottage pie?
Love a bit of cottage pie. How'd you make it?
I usually use, beef. So cottage pie would be beef. I think shepherd's pie would be lamb mince.
Yep.
So yeah, beef, onions, some tomatoes, tin tomatoes, bit of garlic, bit of Worcester sauce, very important.
Important one.
And yeah, lots of nice creamy mashed potato on top, grated cheddar,
Yep.
and just all bubbly in the oven.
Stick that in the oven. Oh.
A lot of my students, they come to London. And of course, because London is such a, multicultural city, you can find food from all around the world over here, which is one of the reasons why I love it. But they often come to me and say, what is British food?
I suppose I didn't really know. We had the stuff that we would eat on a Sunday, like a roast, some like some roast chicken with vegetables, all the trimmings, shepherd's pie or cottage pie, like you said. And then the East London sort of signature meal is pie and mash. And that is something that was a staple for me. I was brought up on that. And they believe that it's the oldest form of fast food in the world.
Really? I'm surprised. Okay.
There's an East End pie and mash shop on Hoxton Street in North East London, and that's been going for 160 years.
I've never tried it, to be honest. Never tried it, but I'd like to.
Yeah, that and a bit of chili vinegar.
I do like a bit of chili, yeah. I've started to like it. I mean, I used to eat everything kind of very bland. Well, not bland, but mild, let's say. So if I went for a curry, I'd always get the chicken korma or something like that. That was very kind of, mild, let's say. But nowadays, I like a bit more spice in my life. I've been trying hotter curries. In fact, curry is apparently one of the main established British foods as well.
Yep. I suppose it's like our history, right? We have a connection with the East and lots of spices, etc. But I think the curry became very big around the sort of 60s, 70s when lots of people from India and Bangladesh and Pakistan came to the UK. And now it's basically our favorite meal. Most big cities in the UK will have a curry mile where there'll be like a long street where it's just Indian, Bangladeshi food restaurant. In Manchester, it's the north of Manchester, the curry mile, and there's one in Bradford as well, which is in Yorkshire. And there you can get a York curry if you wanted in a Yorkshire pudding.
I'm not sure how I feel about that. Yeah, surely they don't go together.
Maybe you could explain what a Yorkshire pudding.
Oh, you need flour, eggs, and I think a bit of milk. And you kind of make these, I guess you would describe it as a kind of almost like a very soft bread. And it rises up in the oven. It's crunchy on the outside, soft on the inside.
It's airy as well, isn't it? But the big thing about it is it's shaped like a little bowl, right? It rises into a bowl shape, so it's perfect if you want. You can fill it with gravy. You can fill it with whatever you like.
So good, so good. I mean, it's from what we've been saying, all the food we've been talking about. I'd probably say that British food is quite heavy. Right? Like a bit stodgy.
Yeah, certainly.
Yeah.
What about Cornish pasty? That is a fantastic. What would you say that is? That there is like
a mini pie, really.
Yeah.
Filled with usually beef. Like traditionally, it's beef, a bit of potatoes and peas. Yeah.
The point of them is that you're able to take them with you.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's like a little pocket lunch, all in one.
Yeah.
I heard that apparently Cornish pasties were invented for the miners who used to spend, hours out in the mines, and they'd need a substantial lunch. So they would pop one or two maybe in their pocket.
Okay.
So do you have a a favourite British food or dessert?
You know what I had, and I hadn't had for a long time? I had apple crumble with custard. And I custard, I hadn't had custard for a long time. It took me back. I got very nostalgic.
Oh.
I felt like I was in primary school again. I was in heaven.
Delicious. Yeah.
What's yours?
I'd definitely say I love Victoria sponge, which apparently was invented by Queen Victoria herself.
Oh, yeah?
For afternoon tea.
That is a fantastic one. If we're on the topic, high tea is a fancy thing. I actually have never really had it the way that you're supposed to have it.
It goes finger sandwiches at the bottom. Middle tray would be, scones with cream and jam. And then if you're feeling extra indulgent, the top layer would be like little cakes,
Lovely jubbly.
I love that sort of thing. It's very popular for birthday treats and things like that. I've seen so many groups of usually women going to a cafe and treating themselves to an afternoon tea, maybe with a glass of Prosecco on the side or champagne if you're feeling flushed.
And now, as it's Friday, maybe will you be having any fish? I know that's a pretty common thing. There's a fish and chip shop right near me which does these massive portions of fish. See, fish and chips, probably the meal most synonymous with the UK. And this fish and chip shop every Friday, because traditionally Christians will eat fish on Fridays, this fish and chip shop has people lining up in a queue around the block. It's so popular.
To be honest, I don't eat it that much. Maybe I should eat it more because it is really tasty.
All right. Well, lovely chatting with you. All this talk has made me famished. So I'm ready.
Yes,
I'm ready.
Me too. I think I need a snack.
Yeah. So let's call it a day and
all right,
and head off.
Bye.